Hello and welcome back to the fallen tree. Today's video, I'm heading back to the cabin. Got quite a bit of snow in the last couple days. It's kind of putting an end to my season here. Probably moving into the workshop, turning some pens, possibly some bowls for the winter. Maybe work on the handrail for the cabin. But I kind of want to just take this time, because I've done a lot off camera this year, of the progress this year and what I plan on doing here coming up next year. Give you a little rundown. But first, let's get a fire built. Get it warmed up in here a little bit. Well, guys, as I said earlier, kind of the purpose of this whole video is kind of tell you what I've done this year. I've done a lot kind of off camera. Some of it I've done on camera, like making this cider press, making some cider with the kids and the wife. That turned out to be a very worthwhile project. Everybody loved it, especially the kids. Now, it's hard to imagine, about 3 days ago, we didn't have any snow out here. And look at it today. We've gotten I know we've gotten over 3 foot. I think we've got close to 40 inches of snow. That's kind of settled a little bit. But as you can see, right now it's above my knees. It's up into my thighs, if that kind of shows you anything. That's all in 3 days. So we're kind of getting to a point where we're at it's kind of a standstill here, and probably will be most of the winter, because a lot of stuff I want to do is outside. So let's get a walk back here so we can see the outside of the cabin, kind of what we've been able to do. There's the overflows of the pond. We're right up to the top. We're getting a little bit of ice on the pond. I do want to start enlarging the pond a little bit, digging out the banks, which are going to be like removing some of these trees here along the edge here and right up into here, and digging out those stumps in the spring. This is the perfect time to take these trees down because there's no leaves on them. A lot of these trees are probably going to go into firewood. I can get a little bit of board feed out of them, but I'm not going to be able to get too much. Out of the base, I'll be able to get some. Tops will all be firewood. Probably turn some into a few bowls, bowl blanks. Looks like it's mostly just maple, hard maple. We've got let's see here, this one right here's, all right, let me zoom in on it. That one right there is a magnolia tree, closely related to poplar. All right, here we go. So here's the cabin. You can see we got a bunch of snow up on the roof. I was able to get this side sided this year, and I was able to get some stain on this side, the front side, and the other side of the upper part. I've got a few videos on my progress on my cupola, but a lot of it, I don't know if I'm going to share it with you. A lot of it's just stuff I've done on other parts, installing the windows installing the siding. Got it stained. That's a real picturesque view right there. I like it. All the snow. I mean, this side of the cabin really kind of looks finished, but not quite. Not quite there yet. We got the whole back side. Well, let's take a walk on over there. Okay, so we're kind of on this side now. As you can see, I still haven't put the slats on, finished the siding down here. I've gotten some of them on. Still need to stain this lower portion. I did get the fascia stained with the last bit of stain I've got. And I don't remember, I think I showed this on video, but I've got this front top portion all stained. Looks real nice. And then there's the cupola. We added 4 windows to it. See if we can zoom in on that. Got some siding on it. Got it all stained. It's eventually going to be a deer blind. Probably when I get a little bit older, get more time. I don't have a lot of time these days to get out hunting. Plus, the wife and kids don't really like to eat it, so. But I figure as I get older, get a little more time, I'm gonna go back, start doing a little bit of hunting, but probably in a little bit of comfort, I think, eventually. Now, I told you I wanted to get to this bridge / porch for the door to nowhere this year. Haven't been able to quite get to that yet. I've been cutting a little bit of lumber. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to use for beams for that. I've thought in getting some telephone poles. Thought about just cutting some nice thick beams out of some maple or oak and putting a couple across there and then building on top of it. That's still a work in progress. I'm hoping to get to that next year. We'll see. Now let's keep walking around here and okay, here's the back. Here's another good look at the cupola. I think it turned out real nice. Matter of fact, it's not quite finished yet, guys. Believe it or not, I mean, it looks like it is, but I got a special touch to put to it. I think a little later, towards the end of this video, I'll reveal what that is. But the back side here, probably from the corner to about where the sliding glass door is over there, I'm gonna build a little lean-to addition there. Probably gonna come out 4.5, 5 foot. I know I talked about that last year, and I've got a lot of the wood cut for it. Matter of fact, a lot of the posts and stuff are right there underneath that pile of snow, but time just didn't permit this year. So that's probably the first thing I'm gonna do next year, I think, is get back there, dig some posts, unless I get some time over the winter, get some concrete in the ground and start building that. So we'll take a walk on the inside. I'll show you what I've done in there this year. Like I said, some of it I got on video, some of it I didn't this year. Because some of it, you know, is just stuff that you've already seen me do. And I don't want to waste your time with that. I want to show you some new additions and just kind of show you the stuff that I got done this year. So let's head on inside. Okay, so pardon the mess. All right, we got a nice fire going in here. We're gonna warm it up a little bit in here, take off the chill. So again, first thing I'm gonna do next year, hopefully, is get onto this addition, which is gonna take off this panel of wood here, and that panel, we're gonna extend that out. This is gonna end up being a little kitchen area in this first 7-8 foot. And then we're gonna take part of this out here, put a little door in. I'm gonna make a bathroom shower, so eventually when I get some water and stuff back here, composting toilet, we're gonna have a bathroom so everybody can use the facilities while we're out here enjoying Mother Nature. All right, so before we head upstairs, I have a video on this flooring that we did up top, and another video on how we ebonized the bottom of this floor. All natural product, turned out real nice. When I did finish the floor, I did get some drips, which I've kind of got to take care of those. And you can see them, a couple like right here, where it did come through the tongue and groove, didn't have a tongue, maybe a little looser fit there. I do got to take care of that, which I just plan on taking a chisel and then re-ebonizing that portion. Got a few spots like that throughout the floor. And the focal pulled into the whole cabin, which is what this was all based on. So let's take a walk upstairs. So, still got to finish this outside. Getting a little bit of snow in here, which is going to happen until I get it finished. But I really don't want to concentrate on the inside until I get the outside taken care of. Here's the cupola area. So eventually we're going to add maybe a temporary platform of some sort, so we can sit up there and look out. But for the most part, it's going to be open. So it might be like some panels or something I can just stick up there and then climb up. It's kind of what I'm thinking. That will give me 360 view eventually when we get that finished. Like I say, the inside is going to come after the outside. I want to get it all weather tight first. So hopefully we can get that done next year. This flooring, I couldn't be happier with it. As you know, this was all came off my property. Milled it with my Woodland Mills 126. And I worked on it a little bit all winter last year and into the spring. Tell you what, this one was a hard one to keep concentrating on. Just a lot of work, but well worth it. So that's pretty much what I got done this year. It's coming along quite nicely. Like I say, next year I'm hoping to have the whole inside taken care of. And we got a beautiful view out this window of the pond in the woods. And out that window. I mean, this could be really nice. And I'm standing right above the fireplace right now, and let me tell you, the heat's just radiating up. So it's gonna end up keeping this nice and warm once I get it insulated and finished. But let me show you, I was talking about the cupola earlier, and the one thing I've gotta do to it on the outside. So give me a second. Let me kind of get it set up, and I'll explain how it all came about. But first, I need to get some firewood in the cabin. That way I can stay warm as I come out throughout the winter. Okay, so I told you guys earlier that I had one more addition to the cupola. So let's go upstairs and I'll show you I could hold off till next year. But, man, that's a lot of snow. Look at that, guys. All right, enough. So, this is going on the top of the cupola. We were at a Whitetails Unlimited dinner and auction, and my wife just fell in love with this thing. This was one of those things, and I know every married guy knows there's some things you can tell your wife no, and she might listen, but this is one of those things that if I would have told her no, she would have pretty much told me she makes her own money and she's going to buy what she wants. So, I've kind of come to peace with it. She says it's for me, but really, it's for her. Like, I can pretty much do anything I want building this cabin. But I've come to the realization that when it comes to decorating it, once I'm done and staging it, well, I'm not going to have much of a choice. My wife and daughter, I think, pretty much got it all planned of what this is going to look like decorated-wise. So, that's pretty much what I have here, guys, today. I am thinking about this handrail. That might be one of those things that I do before I finish the outside or in conjunction with it, because that's more of like a safety thing. I've got a couple young ones myself, teenagers, and I don't want to see anything happen to them as they come out checking it out. So, if you like this video series or any of my other videos, click like, subscribe, share it with your friends, guys. I've got a lot more to come. A lot more ideas. It's one step at a time. So, till next time, guys.